Yes, I am. So I'm back with another good one. These are stories that's not put as hot topics. This is not a hot topic because this is not talking about celebrity gossip. This is um not talked about. This is swept underneath the rug. Couple of local, you know, news channels will broadcast some of this, but this is not spread. But here on this channel, we talk about any and everything. We talk about this deadly act of demonic, evil, twisted, barbaric devil demon. That's right. That backdoor any everybody. Just like it's putting up a force or force a narrative to say that the creator created all this stuff and all this evil stuff, right? Saying that why he killed the babies, why he don't stop this and why he don't do that. So I propose the question to this murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted, devil, demon, right? Why are you backdooring people that's uplifted, upholding your acts? While you basically whisper in their hearts, mind, body, and soul to do these acts, while they are allowed to get caught and spend jail for the rest of their life. You want them to uphold the murder, death, kill of fame, fortune, and riches, right? Lights, camera, action, like, share, subscribe. Why are they allowed not free? Why they are allowed to be in jail and be hit with 10 years to life and become organ donors and being shot and killed and murdered? They upholding your way of life. Won't you tell them the truth that you're going to kill them? That you backdoor people, that you're not going to uphold the agreement of them doing these murder, death, kill acts. Go ahead, entity. Go ahead. As you try to expose, falsely accuse the creator of doing this to babies, actually is in your hand, right? Won't you tell the people that you're going to backdoor them? You're going to back them for fame, fortune, and riches because that's what they're looking for. Tell them that you're going to put them in jail and you're going to get them murdered by these same people that they doing these acts with. Tell them. Tell them the truth. You're not going to tell them because you're a coward. That's what you do. You're a sucker, you're a coward, and you hide in the shadows and telling people what to do and how to move. I know exactly what you do. So we see a situation right here dealing with a pastor that went to Baltimore that basically, he was preaching the word of righteousness. However, the way it however it went, it doesn't matter. We're not gonna get into debates or anything like that with religion. We talking about this evil act that was being done to this pastor man that's helping the youth out, that's trying to uplift people, that's trying to bring the word to the people, that's trying to bring uh righteousness to the people, right? Through scriptures and stuff like that, right? Like he's doing actually out there in the field doing the work. And he also of the same environment. He came from Bridgeport, Connecticut. They probably called him. Basically, you listen, man, we got a couple of sermons we want you to do. We want you to preach to the inner city, in the inner city of the children. We need you to do this work, for X, Y, and Z, He said, all right, no doubt. I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna talk among them, not knowing that you got spotters out there. You pushing up with an Audi or whatever car that you got. You don't know what's going on because you doing the work of the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence, right? You speak, you preaching righteousness. You preaching goodness. You're not thinking about evilness where you should, because it lurks in the shadows. It's there to kill you and murder you. And I want this pastor to understand you cannot play with this entity, even though you know it. You of the inner city. You know you of the urban communities. You know how evil this devil, demonic, twisted, evil, barbaric demon is. It lurks in the shadow. So they were scoping him out. They were scoping him out. They wanted that car. They were scoping him out, and they was going to kill him and murder him. They was going to kill him and murder him. For whatever reason, the creator stepped in and saved this man. So we're gonna show the video, and this is for information, man. It doesn't matter. The information that I'm showing, right? It's doesn't matter if you righteous, if you are pastor, if you are a preacher, or you are an imam, or bishop, or whatever you are, whatever you represent. It doesn't matter. It's there to kill you and backdoor any everything that you're doing upon the life. It don't like you preaching about God. It don't like you preaching about any everything, right? To the worship of the Alpha Omega. Whether it's wrong or right, it doesn't matter. You talk about the creator, it's there to kill you and murder you. It doesn't matter. That's exactly what it's there for. And you better keep your eyes open, right? Keep your eyes open and your head on the swivel. There's murder, death, kill going on here. Not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, murder, death, kill. It's going to backdoor you. It doesn't matter what you are. So come on. We're going to get into this video, and I'm going to share this video with you. Share this video with you. Hold on, I'm sorry. Listen, you're going to get backdoor. It doesn't matter your age. If you are upholding this murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted, demonic way of life, let me tell you something. Pastor, imams, the reverend, whoever's out there, keep your eyes open and your head on the swivel. It doesn't matter what you represent, right? These individuals see you as an enemy and is using the youth in the future to do the acts of murder, death, kill upon people in society in our communities. These children and youth do not understand what they are doing and what they are up against. Do you understand that this demonic, evil, twisted, barbaric way of life, right, is pushing this a narrative of being a gangster and this gangster persona life, right, and calling each other ops. This what it does. This what it does. And this is not going to be the first. It's not going to be the last of religious study of those that upholding the scriptures, right? And religious leaders are going to be attacked. This is not going to be the first. It's not going to be the last. So I want your guys to be on point. If you are in a city where it's a carrying state, carry your weapon. Because when individuals play what? When you play stupid games, you win dumb prizes. You win dumb prizes. I'm glad that nobody didn't get killed or murdered because it could have went either way. The pastor could have got up, knocked the gun out of his hand, grabbed the gun, picked it up, and killed him. Once he realized that was a teenager, a youth in the future, he had to let him go, telling him to stop, please. You got to stop this. But their minds are gone. Do you understand that? Their minds are dumb, deaf, and blind. They don't realize what they're doing. It's a blockage there by this entity, barbaric, evil, twisted, demonic, devil, demon, which is using alcohol down Julio, which is using cigarettes, which is using his weed, right? And using a rep. So you're going to risk your life and your freedom for this for 10 years, 15 years, 25 to life. This what you risking your life for. And they don't realize it. They don't care about the lights, camera, action, right? Fame, fortune, and riches, like, shares, and subscribes. This is what this system has produced amongst them. Their minds are not fully developed. They don't understand that. It's dumb, deaf, and blind there. So we have to do more in our communities to eradicate this behavior by dealing with the mind, body, and soul and preach the word of the Alpha Omega, the creator and everyday existence more and more and more. We got a big job to do. You just can't sit inside your house, right? And sit inside the church or whatever you doing and just call it a day. It ain't got it nothing to do with me. I'm just gonna preach the word and get my money, and that's it. No, you can't live nothing like that. It's your calling to call out to save. I don't care who you are. This is your calling, and your calling is to do what? Is to save as many people as you can, as you can. So this to bring the knowledge and wisdom to those of doing these sick these demonic acts. They're gonna catch you. They're gonna lock you up. They're gonna catch you. They're gonna lock you up. Ultimately, you're gonna become an organ donor, right? Or end up in jail for the rest of your life. You see how this entity backdoor you? You got caught. It backdoor you. Once you uplive and do these acts of violence with guns and stuff like that, it's going to backdoor you and send the cops on you. So why do it? Why uphold something that's going to backdoor you? This entity, that's him. That's his work. That's his dirty work. He's not going to do the act. He wants you to do it because you got a physical life. He can't do it. No one ain't going to see him. So he's going to use you because you physical. You have free will to believe or disbelieve, to kill or murder and don't murder. He's going to use you because you physical and you're going to go down for the act. I just sit back and laugh at you and get somebody else. That's what it does. It backdoor you. It backdoor you. Now you cannot sit here and tell me, right, that the creator had his hand in this man getting robbed and almost shot and killed. That's this entity. Why you don't blame him? You're gonna say where God was at in that. Where God was at. The creator had nothing to do with that. It was this entity, barbaric devil demon. And it's so smooth with it because you can't see it with the eyes. It lurks in the shadow and speak within man's heart, mind, body, and soul. Do you understand that? And I'm happy that the pastor, right, is okay and can live and fight for another day. But he need to take signs of this and be more on point because it can happen to everybody. This is how this entity is giving it up. You got to be on point, and this goes out to anyone that's righteous, that's walking in the righteous path, that believe in the scriptures and helping everybody out with darkness. This is a wake up call for you, okay? So I just want to share that message with you, get it out. This is really dope content, and I'm happy that these individuals was caught. They can't do these acts no more. And you know what? That they are learning a lesson. They're gonna be in places where you're gonna force to learn. Now you're gonna become a slave, working for 8 cents an hour, working for 9 cents an hour. You're gonna become a slave. Now you're gonna go to school. That these all these things. This is where you probably find God is at. You're gonna change your life. Maybe you need this because you was on the brink of killing somebody anyway. So it could be good or bad. You could look at that. So peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace.